The CCP's urban management system operates as an extra-legal administrative penalty mechanism. Due to the lack of standards for enforcement and punishment, coupled with the system's simplistic and brutal methods, its personnel tend to be of low quality. Their enforcement efforts often target vulnerable populations at the bottom of the social hierarchy, leading to frequent incidents of violent law enforcement and equally violent resistance. As a result, this system has become a major source of grassroots conflict in Chinese society. The urban management system originally began as an auxiliary police agency responsible for regulating non-criminal administrative regulations in cities. Over time, various difficult-to-manage departments, such as industry, commerce, and cityscape management, were transferred under its jurisdiction. On December 11, 1982, the CCP issued the Regulations on the Management of Urban Cityscape and Environmental Sanitation for trial implementation, integrating urban management into the Ministry of Housing and Urban Rural Development. This system of administrative penalties operates outside the legal framework of urban rural development. Due to the unique nature of the Urban Management Department, its law enforcement officers are often a mix of poorly trained individuals. During law enforcement, these officers act as both athletes and referees, leading to arbitrary and unchecked actions. The absence of strict enforcement and punishment standards results in law enforcement that is often brutal and violent, making the system deeply unpopular. The prevalence of violence in Chinese society is, in part, a reflection of these practices. Urban management officers have essentially become the enforcers for local governments and unscrupulous businessmen, often enjoying the CCP's tacit approval and extrajudicial protection. They are frequently involved in forced demolitions, violent land seizures, and the enforcement of social stability through coercion. Their methods include imposing arbitrary fines, illegally confiscating and disposing of people's goods, and routinely beating small traders. While there are many reasons for clashes between the public and urban management staff, the brutality of these officers is the primary factor provoking violent protests. Tragic incidents of people being killed or injured by Chang'an officials are alarmingly common in China. The absence of an effective social security and welfare system in China exacerbates the situation. When people's basic survival is threatened, they often fight back, sometimes violently. A notorious example of this is the case of Xia Junfeng, a street vendor in Xinjiang, Liaoning Province. On May 16, 2009, Xia was harassed, verbally abused, and beaten by Xinjiang urban management officers after setting up a stall on the road. He was taken into custody, where the beatings continued. Fearing for his life, Xia defended himself with a sausage cutter, killing 2 Chang'an officers and seriously injuring another. Despite a renowned lawyer's repeated pleas of self-defense, Xia Junfeng was sentenced to death by the CCP for intentional homicide. It's telling that one of China's few contributions to the global lexicon is the term Chang'an and Pinyin, that has entered the English vocabulary as a symbol of violence. This reflects the deep-seated issues within the CCP's urban management system.